Welcome. This is our first post for Oregon 3 Predict on YouTube. But first of all, we would like to thank our sponsor, bballdream.com, for being a sponsor of this video. It's a website where they create highlight tapes and also keep you updated on scores and games that are going on throughout each week of high school basketball 1A through 6A. And this week, we would like to post our predictions for the first round of the 3A state playoffs with boys basketball. We got number 1 De La Salle versus number 16 Brookings Harbor. We have De La Salle winning 72-48. In the next matchup, this is actually could be a pretty good game. We have Santiam Christian at number 2 and Salem Academy at number 15. We have this at 52-38. Early on in the year, Santiam won by about 40 points or close, but Salem Academy has got a lot better, and Santiam Christian's best player is down. So this game might be decently close for the first round of state playoffs. Number 3 is Dayton, coming in the 3rd seed, and they play 14 Crestwell. People were asking us on our Instagram if this might be an upset, but we're not thinking this game will be close. We're thinking it's going to be Dayton 65-42. We have number 4, Pleasant Hill versus 13 Catlin Gable. We're thinking this game will be actually really close just because Catlin Gable has really turned it around. They finally get all their players back and they're really on a groove. We have this one at P Hill 58-52 just because P Hill is playing really strong the last couple weeks. They beat Santiam 2 out of 3 times, and that's pretty hard to do. Going to our next prediction, it's 5 Nissa against number 12 Rainier. We have this one, could be a really close game just because Nissa and Rainier both have 2 big men that are pretty good, and then they have a guards that are pretty decent, but Rainier has a long drive for this one, so we're thinking that might have the result in that one. We're thinking this is going to be Nissa 52-44 just because that home court advantage, and Nissa always brings a great crowd at their home place, and that's always fun to watch a game there. We have number 6 Clascanine against 11 Burns. This game should be relatively close throughout the game, but we're thinking that Clascanine is going to pull away and make a trip for Coos Bay for the first time in a long time. We have Clascanine 60 and Burns at 50. And the next matchup is one of the more intriguing ones because this could really go either way. We have 7 Horizon Christian at 60, and we have number 10 Amity at 54. We have this game close just because Amity beat Dayton a little less than 2 weeks ago at Dayton, so if they can win at Dayton, they can win anywhere. So we're saying this one, we have Horizon 60-54, just because we think Horizon might have a little bit more skill, but Josh Wart might be the big change in this game. If he plays really well, I think Amity has a chance to win. But if he only scores maybe 12-15, I don't think they'll win. But if he scores in that 25-30 range, I think Amity wins and gets a trip to Coos Bay. Our last one that we're going to be revealing today of our prediction is we have number 8 Sutherland against number 9 Umatilla. Umatilla started out the season kind of pretty hot, and then they got in the first round, first time through league play, and we made a post on our Twitter at Oregon 3 Predict. We said that we were making a case for Burns being number 1 in this league, and Umatilla they played him the first or second game, and Umatilla actually ended up losing that right after we predicted that they would. And after that, Burns just fell off. Burns lost 3 in a row. Umatilla started playing really well. They went to Clascanine at the Corbin tournament and beat Clascanine by 20, and they played perfect. But then about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Umatilla is one of their best point guard. He got in trouble and he's suspended for the rest of the year, and that kind of brought down that team morale because Uriel Garcia is a really good player, but he was more of a small forward shooting guard type. He's kind of a combo guard at that position. He shoots threes really well, but he also can finish in the lane pretty well. And the point guard really carried that team. Just overall, he had assists. He was really quick on defense. And in this prediction, we have Sutherland 60 and Umatilla 48. Just because Umatilla did only lose to Santiam Christian by, I think, about the same score, only by 12. They slowed it down. Santiam Christian, they slowed them down and just kept the ball out of their best players' hands most of the game and relied on, Santiam got a lot of putbacks in that game. But I think Sutherland overall, they have a really tall guy that's pretty good, and then Umatilla has a tall guy that comes off the bench that does pretty good. We're thinking that Sutherland takes this game just because they're have a better overall skill all around. They're not just really relied on one or maybe two people. They have about 3 or 4 people that are about the same skill level. So we're thinking Sutherland takes this one. Thanks for listening and watching our first YouTube video. This is kind of new to us, so if you're wanting to know more about us, just check out our Twitter at Oregon3A Predict and our Instagram at Oregon3A Predict.